Basketball has taken Ericka Haney around the world, from starting right here in Toledo to South Bend, where she won a national championship with Notre Dame, and even to Sweden, where she briefly played professionally. Now the game she's devoted her life to has brought her back to her hometown, returning to her alma mater, Central Catholic, to once again lead the girls basketball program, this time as a head coach. In this edition of No Days Off, she sits down virtually with Alex Wilcox to discuss her remarkable journey and her new role.
You're taking over the Central Catholic program. Certainly a big job for you, an exciting job. What's sort of going to be your first step or your first couple of moves that you're really excited to get to do?
I think the biggest thing is I want my teams to reflect me. So I guess the biggest thing about it is, like, when you look at your teams, you can say, okay, that team is taking on, the personality of their coach. So I want to, the first thing I think is just building a culture. So, letting them know, like, hey, we are all about hard work. We're all about toughness. We're all about doing all the little things and just being professional about everything that we do. So getting that foundation laid, and then, obviously, letting them know, like, what things that I will take and things that I just, can't accept, and, having a discipline about who we are and what we're going to accept and what our standards are. And then just building like a culture of family. Having the girls want to play for each other, all together, no individuals. Obviously, you're going to have some kids that are going to be better than others. That's just the way it is. But just knowing that we're a team, this is my role, this is her role. Together, we're trying to achieve a common goal. So that's kind of what, I'm looking at.
Yeah. So how do you do that? How do you go about building a culture?
Yeah. And that's a great question, because the biggest thing I think it's just getting to know the kids and letting them know me and what it is that I expect. Like, for example, everything that we do, we go hard, I think rebounding is really important. So every team, from freshman all the way up to varsity, we're going to rebound the heck out of the ball. I don't know what else that we can do, but at the end of the day, we're going to be tougher. We're going to rebound. So we're going to display a lot of the things in practice. We're going to talk about it. We're going to sit down. We're going to watch film. We're going to discuss things. We're going to discuss our goals. We're going to discuss how to get there. So, it's just, as a teacher, and that's one thing that I've learned as a teacher, you just got to have how you want to end, and then think about all the little steps that you want to take to get there. So I was a math teacher, and we were always, planning what do you want them to learn at the end. So then you kind of plan backwards in that way. So
your players, some of whom I'm sure, hope to get to where you are, hope to play college basketball one day. Do you feel that your experience there, can help them achieve those goals?
Absolutely. One thing that I have been telling people, I said, I feel like since I left Central Catholic, I have been around the world and back. I feel like I've been out of the country. I've been to almost every state because of basketball and because of, travel basketball as a player, as a coach. And I've seen a lot of different stuff. I've worked with a lot of different people. I've worked with middle school all the way up to, high school. I had 2 kids who were drafted in the WNBA draft this year. Sylvia Fowles, WNBA player, was the sponsor for my program, Miami Suns, 2-time MVP, WNBA champion. So I just know, and I've, been able to be around a lot of greatness in basketball. And whatever they have, whatever questions they have, I'm able to answer them. I'm able to direct them. I'm able to pick up the phone and make a call and say, hey, come down and look at my kid, or my kid plays for this AAU team. I had a kid that was with me ever since 7th grade. She was at Eastern Michigan University, and she just transferred to Florida Gulf Coast University. So just put a call in for her. The coach liked her, and he went to, the film and looked at her, and, and he signed her. So she signed, with another place she was looking. So just having those type of connections, for my players, and knowing coaches on all different levels, all the way from JUCO all the way up to, Division I, I think will be very beneficial for our players that want to play ball after us.